The Eagles offense struggled passing the ball with Jalen Hurts only registering 108 through the air versus the Panthers. Here's Hurts and A.J. Brown post-game. Listen up, y'all.
That notion of trying to be on the same page, is that a conversation that should be happening in week 13 of the season?
No.
And why is that?
I just said no.
You said the offense wasn't good enough. What are some things you think they need that the offense needs to improve?
Well, you heard it, okay? The one-word responses. You want to know if somebody's mad when you ask them a question and they give you very monotone, like one-word answers. No. Yes. Maybe. Tired. Hungry. You know that something is wrong. Seriously. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Just Simply Sports here with me. I am Kaja. If you're new here, I welcome you. Please like and subscribe. And of course, share with a friend. If you're not new here, you've been here. Welcome back, family. Whew. Things are getting spicy in Philly, right? They're getting really, really, really spicy now. The Eagles won yesterday, but it doesn't even seem like they won, right? Like they all look frustrated. Look at this still right here. A.J. Brown looks like he has had enough. Okay? Enough. He's like, I've been patient. I've let Saquon do his thing. But hello, I am here too. And you know something? He's absolutely right. Now, I don't know what's going on exactly behind the scenes, but I do understand his frustration because look, when he gets a chance, opportunity to do his thing, he pretty much always delivers. It's very rare that he doesn't deliver, when he's given the ball. And his opportunities have gone down a lot this season. Now we're getting into week 15 in the NFL. There's about 3-4 games left before the playoffs kick in. And he has been extremely patient. He's been, by all accounts, as it seems, at least from the outside, he's been a very good supportive teammate to Saquon. He's never said anything bad. But he's there too, and I feel like, and I said this, I believe, a few days ago, I think that they're becoming a little bit, or they've become, not becoming, too dependent on Saquon Barkley. And you have to remember that you do have other players on the field. One of the things that I think makes the Detroit Lions so dominant is that they have so many options on the offensive line. You never know who's going to have a big game. It doesn't need to be one person. You know what I mean? They have Amon-Ra St. Brown, they got Montgomery, they have Gibbs, they have Laporta. They have so many options. Jared Goff, if he's feeling like it, he might just go ahead and get that touchdown for him. If he if there's opportunities, he'll go ahead and go for it. That's what makes their defense, it's not as good as their offense, but just because they have a lot of people who are hurt right now. But their offense-wise, is so explosive. It's hard to kind of game plan to slow them down because they have so many options. You know what I mean? And I feel like the Eagles have become so dependent on Saquon, and obviously I get it. He's having an MVP caliber season, but you do have other wide receivers there who can deliver. A.J. Brown is top 5 wide receiver, or at least he used to be, all pro, prior to, this season. And I know I've seen some comments dude, stop being jealous and stop hating. He has a right to be frustrated, you guys. I think we forget that wide receivers, pretty much everyone, well, except for the defense, special teams, is dependent on the quarterback. He is dependent on what Jalen Brown throws to him, passes to him, so he can't do what he does without Jalen Brown giving him the freaking ball. And if I'm standing here and I'm wide open, why are you not giving me the ball? I'm not some disrespect to anybody on the end of the bench. I'm not some third string, player. I'm freaking A.J. Brown, Smitty, hand us the ball, they almost lost this game. This game was a little bit too close for comfort. It should have never gotten that close, you know what I mean? I hope that they don't run Saquon into the ground at this point because he has had such a phenomenal season and he hasn't really had this kind of season for the Giants in a long time. So I'm just hoping that he doesn't hit a wall or he doesn't end up getting injured like right before playoffs, like first round of the playoffs, because his usage is so high. I feel like it's overkill. You know what I mean? Like unless he's like going for that record, then okay, that's something different. But aside from that, at some point, I think you might want to load manage like they do in the NBA, his minutes, take him out a little bit more often, use other players that you have who can deliver, because I think if you keep this up, you might run the risk of possibly injuring him or him getting hurt and being out for a game. And I think it would benefit the Eagles to even know how they look or to go back to how they used to look, and still know they can actually deliver. If, let's say, Saquon did get hurt and he could have played in the game, or he got hurt for the second quarter of a playoff game and everybody's had to step up, will they get far behind or what? Because they have a tendency to always start slow. I don't like that. I do not like the fact they start slow almost every game. I feel like if you're going to be in the playoffs and when you get there, you play against stronger talent, that kind of starting slow against like a Lions team, even the Chiefs, they know how to win. The Bills maybe, like when you do that, you put yourself at disadvantage. I don't like that. I don't like this tension that they have, especially right before the playoffs. You know what happened last season? Like they were 10-1 and just like tanked. There was something going on in the locker room then. I don't know what's going on now. But Jalen, he always has that straight face, right? He was like, yes, no. He barely smiles, you know what I mean? That's just him. But AJ has been a class act all season long. I get his frustration. Look, you guys, like, let's just go ahead and talk about AJ stats, right? When it comes to like receptions, 48, right? He's 47th right now. 47th in the NFL. This is AJ Brown. Yards, 836. He's 17th, right? He should be top 5. He is tied for fourth with touchdowns. He has 4 touchdowns for the season. He's tied for 42nd. 42nd. AJ Brown was like tied for 42nd. Okay, let's go to Devontae Smith. Okay, I had to write it down so I wouldn't forget. Okay, he has 5 touchdowns for the season. He's tied for 20th. Yards, 553. 553 yards. I mean, come on. These these talented young men, I get the frustration. I really, really do. And let's just go ahead and go to Saquon, who I adore Saquon. He is almost first in every single category. He's first, in rushing, obviously, 266 yards, 1,623 touchdowns. He has 11 touchdowns. He's tied for 5th. He's like top 5 in almost every single category. And meanwhile, they're like all the way at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. You know what I mean? You have other players. I hope they figure this out and get back to what was working. Coming out of that coming out for that what was it, the bye or the loss they had earlier this season. It kind of clicked and everything started clicking and really working, and it was just like dominating. They've been winning like nonstop. You know what I mean? I hope that whatever's going on doesn't get the best of them, because Mr. AJ Brown does not look happy right here, you guys, and I understand his frustration at all. I hate when teams become so dependent on one person. I feel like you kind of forget who you were or who you are. And I know they can win. We know they can win without Saquon. But the fact of the matter is that they haven't done it in a long time. And if you need to, for whatever reason, to throw an offense off, a defense off, what happens those games where Saquon, for whatever reason, is being locked down on defense or he's just not having a great game? You got to make sure the players involved. You got to get them warm. You got to keep them ready. It's kind of hard to just have somebody sitting on the sideline until almost a halftime, and then you cop them in, expect them to just, be on. I know that they should because they're professionals, but it takes time to warm. Even NBA players, like you come in, you get cold. You gotta, keep shooting the ball before you finally, like, sometimes start getting hot. It takes time. So whatever's going on, I hope that they fix it before the playoffs so that they can get back to the Super Bowl. Because I would hate for them not to get there or at least get close enough to it, because I'm rooting for them. Obviously, my Bills are first and foremost, next to the Ravens, Lamar Action Jackson. And of course, I'm rooting for Saquon. I think they did him a favor. The Giants said, we don't want you. Won't he do it, right? Won't he do it, you guys? Let me know what you think about this whole situation with the Eagles. And of course, I will see you in the next video.